Assistance currently unavailable.
Vulnerability identified. Full indicator at ready status. Taking them down. Taking the fight out of them.
Mentioned a rift modulator on Praetor. Would be time to fetch. Threat detected. I'm ready. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Combatant scan. Multiplication. Check your scopes for combatant areas. Target analyzed. Unfriendly nearby. Identified.
their weaknesses. Emergency protocol syringe advised. Combatant scanned. Enemy detected. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Purification in progress. They're benumbed.
Fortifying teammate.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Providing.
Here! I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Maintaining your battlefield.
Combatant scan. Stun weapon ready, Commander. Combat probable. Sorting. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Mitigating the threat. They're benumbed. Yeah.
This appears to be another communications device specific to the Glorious Dawn.
A short-range transmission just came in from Zeb. Sounded urgent. He's requesting we meet him at the tomb of the Matriarch, here on Praetor. It's where the Matriarch and First Sovereign are buried, supposedly. Zeb left out the mission parameters, probably worried his message might be intercepted. Not unfounded, given the Protectorate presence on Praetor. He did say he'd reach out to us again if he needed help. Reckon we should take it as a compliment. Zeb doesn't trust easy. Anyway, I'd really like to go. If there's time. Much obliged. The sooner we can rendezvous at the tomb, the better. Got the sense that whatever's going down, it's happening now.
The structure in the distance matches the
but I'm not ready.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Fortified.
Give the order, and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Dispense. Promoting.
Doesn't sound like anything I'd like to meet up with close.
Attention, Commander. There may be valuable parts at this location that can improve this unit's functionality. Performing a thorough search of the Automech factory is advised. Should you wish to maximize your Valorant unit's it is likely the desired parts are being stored somewhere on the ground floor.
Take time, Commander. Coming up on some foes.
Strategies.
Ready to take the heat off you. All the ones you need to worry about. Over here. Free hole in the head.
Subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times.
Unfriendly in combat range.
Trigger finger still.
Providing a
The protectorate endures. Seeking cover.
Promoting teammate happiness.
My firearm. Briskly moving to cover. Stay hastening to cover. Grenade! Away! Restoring the balance.
I'm the one you need to worry about. Hey, got a distraction for you.
Alert. An upgrade module compatible with your Valerie unit is nearby. Injuries detected. Please seek medical assistance prior to loss of consciousness. How may this unit assist you, Commander? Drastically neutralizing unfriendlies.
Hiding a
Confrontational state.
Sensibly, I must reload.
Emergency protocol syringes primed.
Changing magazines efficiently and in short
Let me
order.
know when you need an instruction.
Listening to cover.
Sorry, ain't ready yet.
Electrical damage. Failing.
life forms detected in hangar.
I'm more surprised if it was optional. At least that it shows up.
Anomalous event. The interstitial hall and exhibition tower is off limits for the foreseeable future to any and all non-essential personnel. All requests to view the prototype rift anomaly modulator are hereby suspended for the time being. All theories and study conditions for
Subjects, listen well. Days ago, our beloved sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, submitted himself to mental refreshment to strengthen his resolve for the good of all. At his command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept the responsibility of shepherding you through these dark times until our sovereign's blessed return. I shall not take this duty lightly, for I address you today not as the consul, nor even as your new leader, which I am, but as a simple man who wants nothing more than to defend his home and his neighbors. But I cannot do it alone.
Comparative analysis of the consul's speech to that of other dictators suggest a high likelihood.
Free hole in the head! Hey! Distraction for you!
Standing by.
know how this looks, but I can assure you I have leave to look into... Oh, you're not security. Then you must be responsible for all the commotion I heard just now. For both our sakes, I think it best if we continue as we were. I will forget I saw you as long as you extend me the same courtesy. I was looking for proof, if you must know. There was an incident recently, and I believe our head of security is neglecting his duty to investigate. Albin Valancourt is the sentinel charged with supervising this facility and all its researchers. Unfortunately, he's a punitive man who delights in the wretchedness of others. I'd grasp a live rod if I could pass its current to him. Although, unless you have unusual license to be here, his odds of keeping head and body united diminish by the second. Unless your lamps have oxidized, you must have noticed my arm. I lost it saving the Sovereign from a rift experiment gone wrong. An experiment I was in charge of. Naturally, Valancourt supplied my name for the reports, incriminating me in the eyes of my colleagues. And since he's closed off that wing of the lab, I can't prove my innocence. I couldn't possibly rely on an outsider to help me conduct an investigation, could I? No, that would be outrageous, unthinkable. Except, whatever the cause of the incident, it is my duty as a law-abiding protectorate subject to gather proof and uncover its cause. Really, Valancourt is forcing my hand here. Help you with acquisition? Assuredly not. If, however, in your exploration of the lab, you happen upon the modulator, I surely would not be able to prevent you from seizing it. What I am offering is help afterward. Once you take the prototype, it will set off an immediate lockdown. I can facilitate your exit from the facility, but only if you help me in turn. That modulator will be necessary to unfold the rift and find the evidence I need. And if Valancourt suffers repercussions for its loss, I will count that as an added benefit. The prototype rift modulator is currently an interstitial hall at the top of Exhibition Tower. There's a lift in the next room over that can take you directly there. Once you have the prototype, make your way to Valancourt's quarters. He should have a spare key card that will grant us access to the restricted wing. I'll monitor your progress from here. Be cautious. The guards of this facility will attack anyone unfamiliar to them. But once you have the key card and rift device, reconvene here, and we'll go together to the wing.
Got troublemaker.
Closer inspection.
Entering a confrontational state.
Relinquishing grenade! Seeking cover!
Unfriendly in combat range.
How long has the weapon been sitting inside that rift now? An hour? 2?
I thought you were keeping time.
Trust the plan. Preserve set progress. Sustain the system. Serve the Sovereign.
That was definitely something.
Let the paradigm worry about tomorrow.
Emergency protocols ready.
Serve the console.
Invasive element! Recommencing! I repudiate all vapid commercialists! Continuing inspection. There, found him again. Let us... Giving chase. Worry. Oh, you're out there.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Something ain't right about that rift. Though, kind of makes you wonder what might be inside. They really just let the modulator outmill me, huh? Well, let's say we avail ourselves of their poor security.
Quickly, use the modulator to open the rift. It may provide your only avenue for escape.
To the unsubtle thief. Yes, you with the rift modulator. I've made the intercom It's not every day that someone is fool enough to break into the interstitial reconfiguration center. To the unsubtle thief. It's not every day that someone is... I'd be obliged if you would regale me with the tale of how you managed to get this far. A crude assessment and utterly untrue. I am perfectly accommodating to non-incompetence. I suspect you did not reach here unaided. So who was it? Which one of my undutiful brain boxes helped sponsor this little pilferage? You cannot fault me for trying. Well, there will be time to scrutinize every angle of this breach at a later date, once I have dealt with you. I could also reduce you to a state of quivering agony, begging for death. And that would be a lot more enjoyable for me, if I'm being candid. No matter. I will await you in the hangar, where bullets may fly more freely than words, if you survive that long.
Come coming up on something. Ready to waste it.
Check enemy light.
Sovereign never seemed especially perturbed.
To grade my imperfections. Gotta take and get disruptive influences!
Prance and shimmy to your heart's reasonable abandon?
No, that's only for... It's only for celebrating the downfall of our enemies. Distemperament can hide in plain sight.
Say, remember that time the Sovereign caught us comparing pitchball cards? He was so excited about you having that vintage disruptive influence.
Don't be reluctant to unfold any rifts you come across using the modulator. They may eject something useful to you.
Entering a confrontational state.
Do you suppose there's been another incident? Like the one with the
Check
Sovereign?
enemy like just turned on.
It seems we may have been intruded upon during the consul's announcement. I heard
Got an attraction for you.
Makes me wonder what Valancourt might be hiding about.
Having that device nabbed on his watch nigh guarantees Valancourt a long stay and mental refreshment, if he is not subjected to swift and fitting arbitration first. Matriarch's blessings on you. Let's not waste time then. I'll lead us to the restricted wing now. Once there, reopen the rift using the modulator, so we can begin searching for clues. sorry excuse of interstitial reconfiguration of my arm. Let's open the hood, shall we? Rifts reconstitute matter in an imprecise manner, but use your imagination to conjure the original seed that could lead us to the evidence we need. You've discovered something? I knew it! I am absolved. And yet, I cannot possibly imagine what would have possessed him to deliberately endanger the Sovereign's life. It's unconscionable. I would characterize Valancourt as many vile and unmentionable things, but a traitor? No. A man cannot defecate without humming a protectorate anthem. For all the time I've spent trying to unsnarl Valancourt's mercurial behavior, it seems there was yet more I did not know about him. I think I'm beginning to understand exactly what happened here. But if you have any additional points of data, please share them. You've discovered something? I think I can formulate my own conclusion from here. Our dear head of security has much to answer for. We need to go and confront Valancourt, now. I'm no longer willing to wait for the arc of justice to bend in my favor. Valancourt needs to die for what he's done. If I distract him, can I count on you to do the rest? I'll go first. Follow behind, but not too closely. I'll keep Valancourt talking so that you can get a good angle on him. But his patience isn't limitless, so be swift. Attack when ready. No need to wait for a signal from me. Oh, and there's also a rift in the hangar. An experimental byproduct, as it were. I would avoid interacting with it, lest you alert Valancourt to our ploy.
Unpleasant as I find your company, I must ask you to vacate the area at once. I'm preparing our defenses against an intruder.
Hold the pleasantries, Valancourt. I know you sabotaged the experiment that nearly killed me and the Sovereign. I have the proof.
Calm yourself, Doctor. Such a belligerent tone is unbecoming from one of your profession.
Tell me to calm down, you traitorous worm! You attempted to assassinate the Sovereign, and don't dare deny it.
For you to have discovered that, you'd have needed to reopen the rift. Ah, you're collaborating with the... here's our little sprat now. Be assured, see to this intruder with extreme prejudice. Pleasant as I find your company, I must ask you to vacate the area at once. I'm preparing our defenses against an intruder.
Tell me to calm down, you traitorous worm! You attempted to assassinate the Sovereign, and don't dare deny it.
For you to have discovered that, you'd have needed to reopen the room. Thief. Playing with your new toy, are you? Not for much longer. Be assured, after I deal with my traitorous subordinate, you're next.
Traitor. If anyone's a
See to this intruder with a...
Can't recharge!
Protocol.
Invasive element!
Now that you have the Rift modulator, any previously inaccessible... Rifts could be worth revisiting. Rifts may contain useful equipment and resources. However, due to the chaotic nature of reconstitution, some creative problem solving may be required in reaching them.
We need to wait for Niles. Your arrival could not be more timely. After the events of Paradise Island, I could think of no one more suited to conduct a surgical strike of this nature. I'm, glad to see you again as well, Niles.
Gotta say you had me worried. The message you sent sounded serious.
Then I composed it accurately. To the task at hand. We are standing before the tomb of the matriarch. Few are invited to tour its halls, and even fewer know of its greatest secret. For any subject, visiting the matriarch and First Sovereign's resting place is the pinnacle of empty social achievement. But the tomb's corpses are its least important feature. The intelligence my friends risked all to acquire revealed a vault in its lowest level containing the matriarch's body of work, hidden from the public. Who knows what technologies the Protectorate is withholding? If the matriarch was the genius she's purported to be, the skip drive cannot be the entirety of her inventions. Whatever technological advancements may be sequestered here, the goal is almost certainly to keep the populace of Arcadia subservient to the pernicious whims of its governing body. But not for much longer. We are going to liberate any and all of the matriarch's research, whatever it may be, and distribute it to the people. The time for considering risk is past. We cannot afford to be timid when battling giants. Besides, now I have 2 Earth Directorate agents to assist me. What could go wrong?
I can see a half-dozen points of failure, but bad odds ain't ever stopped us before.
Glad we're operating under the same understanding. We're unlikely to have another chance like this. We must follow through now that we've made the opening. Which also means, once inside, we cannot leave until it's done. They'll be taking up strategic positions to guard the entrance and watching for any stray Protectorate patrols. We'll move more swiftly in fewer numbers. Slim chance of that. I'll not assign a task to others that I'm unwilling to undertake myself.
Color me surprised.
After you. Stay close and keep silent. The less attention we draw, the better. By the matriarch, there weren't supposed to be visitors today. Sentinel and Docent are gonna put splinters in our plan if they're not dealt with.
You hang back here. The commander and I'll take care of this.
Gladly. I'll rejoin you once the path is clear.
Woe to have the matriarch taken from us before her time.
The matriarch passed the
Let this accord between the Protectorate and the Order of the Ascendant mark the moment of Arcadia's true birth.
Beloved matriarch, you are nearer to perfection as anyone living could ever achieve. It will be the honor of the Order to serve the Protectorate silently. All that I...
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Yes,
Providing a host.
I'm the one you need to worry about. Hey, got a distraction for you.
It has been 10 minutes. Perhaps you would like to...
Never doubt it. Their zeal never lack.
Reckon I oughta reconnoiter. Engaging combat protocol.
Sorry, ain't ready yet.
Emergency protocol syringes primed.
ready.
Commencing combat-related activities.
The security room that we need to reach is nearby. We should be able to disable that energy barrier from there.
Who goes? No one is allowed in here without the proper authorization. Ah, I see you have come armed. Intruders, then. I suppose you intend to extract my surrender through means most lurid and foul.
Damn, the head curator. I had hoped to slip in before his shift, but no matter. We cannot allow him to leave and raise the alarm. He must be dispatched, quickly.
How's that now?
Now hold on. I know we had to kill that fella with the Sentinel, but this man's unarmed. He's already surrendered. Understood, Commander. I don't like it, but if that's the order, that's the order.
No! No! Matriarch, preserve me!
Feels ugly and wrong, what we just did. Doubt the Earth Directorate would approve neither. Nice pep talk there, Commander. Really appreciate it.
We can waste air on the ethics of this choice when the Protectorate's boot is no longer crushing our necks. You and Niall should turn off the power to the security barrier and make your way to the vault. I'll remain here and guide you as best I can through the labyrinth. No turning back now.
No going back from here. Not until we've done what we came here
Hold.
for.
Don't set foot in that room. The schematics on this console indicate this place is defended by all manner of traps. One moment. Yes. It appears there are emery tripwires, invisible to the naked eye, that will electrify the floors if crossed. Move cautiously, and if you have any gadgets that might help, I suggest using them.
Over here, Commander. Reckon I found something that might be useful later. Have a look, Commander. With a little elbow grease and some inadvisable engineering, reckon I can finagle these components into a fine explosive gel. Who knows? Could come in handy. Just doing my part. But thanks for the vote of confidence, Commander. Let's keep on. I'll continue tinkering on this in the meantime, see what I can come up with.
You've made it through. Good. Now there should be 3 switches in this room. When pulled in the correct order, the doors should open. If I'm reading this right, the order is 1, 3, 2. And which switch corresponds to which number?
By my grandmother, I cannot abide the time this research into the rifts is taking.
There must be a way to suss out which switch is which. Maybe if we could keep the wire.
Entering a confrontational state.
And lay wires installed that may correspond with each switch. Perhaps that'll be useful. The code I originally supplied can still be relied upon. 1, 3, 2. The code is 1, 3, 2. Again. The code is 1, 3, 2. But I apologize for my... That vault door is quite the obstruction. Fortunately, there should be a code. No. Fuck! They changed it recently. That shouldn't have happened until next week. I'm certain I can diagnose the issue. I'll join you.
I might have something else that can get you into that vault, Commander. Does that seem a little off to you, Commander? I think he's starting to worry me. That whole business with the curator. Never seen Zeb so eager for bloodletting before. He's a changed man. Just ain't sure it's for the better. Not as well as I'd have liked to, at any rate. Well, no use stewing. We've still got a vault to break into and tyrannical government to topple. Speaking of, remember those components I found? I was able to turn them into something halfway useful after all. This gel should get us through that vault door. Turns out you were right about trusting my instincts. You take the honors, Commander. I'll be right behind you.
For a more subtle incursion, but no matter.
Am I running hot, or was that a hint of worry I heard in your voice back there?
Alas, I neglected to check the thermometer. This terminal should allow me to retrieve all the information stored here. This cannot be right. There's nothing here save the designs for the skip drive. Not even initial concepts. 10 years in Arcadia and the Matriarch invented... nothing? And what's this about a deal with the Earth Directorate? We need to talk. Now. I knew the Protectorate festered with lies, but I had no idea the Earth Directorate was complicit. Niles, did you know?
Slow up, Zeb. What are you talking about?
It says your agency struck an agreement with the Matriarch over a century ago. In exchange for skip drives, Arcadia was allowed to completely govern itself with absolutely no outside interference, including from the Earth Directorate.
What message? Why didn't you say anything about it sooner?
If this information is true, then the Earth Directorate permitted the Matriarch to create a colony filled with her vassals, enslaved to her will. Everything Arcadia is, all of the suffering that's taken place here, it all could have been avoided. Things could have been different. There's more. The skip drive schematics are here. How the explosive safeguards against tampering work. Its evolution over time. But no original concepts, no sketches. Nothing. Our dear Matriarch is a fraud. A cheat. She did not invent the skip drive. There are messages here between her and the First Sovereign that all but confirm it. I thought I might find some technological innovation that could be handed to the Protectorate's enemies. But this is almost better. By releasing this information, we can thoroughly crush the image the Protectorate has been built upon. No longer will the Protectorate's myth of superiority be used as a cudgel against its own populace. If we administer truth to the people, their strength will return. Erstwhile, Giving the skip drive designs to the Protectorate's enemies will even the fight. Their technological prowess will be made into nothing. Everything will come apart.
Downsides like how the skip drives are causing rifts? Yeah, I say that's worth a fret. Not to mention how this agreement with the Protectorate will completely destroy the Earth Directorate's reputation.
I was not aware of such a connection between rifts and the skip drives. But I have confidence the Order will figure out a solution. Science is their theater, after all. As for the Earth Directorate, don't you see? This frees them from any obligation to the Protectorate. They'll be able to manufacture skip drives themselves. The deal will be voided. Once the problem of the rift is solved and ships can enter the system, why not? From what Niles told me, the Earth Directorate will be in opposition to Protectorate tyranny. I'll admit, the Earth Directorate has much to answer for. But if they would help, I would welcome it.
It's worth holding the Earth Directorate's feet to the fire for this deal, but I don't think the entire organization should be judged by its worst decision. It's done a lot of good, too. Plus, making the skip drive tech available, that's like throwing a lit match into a fuel converter. Can't think of a worse idea right now.
Do you think the Protectorate stand around debating the potential for injury? No. They act, and so must we. Damn the consequences. And should I refuse to leave empty-handed, what then?
Whoa. Put the brakes on, Commander. I'm sure Zeb can be reasoned with. I know you're aiming to do the most good for the most amount of people, Zeb, but sowing chaos ain't the way.
Do you know how many of my friends died so we could reach this point? Audra sacrificed herself. And you would have me what? Give up now on the cusp of victory? Lay bare my throat for the Protectorate machine to cut?
You remember what we argued about? The day before I left?
I've replayed it in my mind many times.
A lot's changed. But that hasn't. Life in Arcadia could be just like we dreamed it. But there's no future if you go through with this. Not for anyone.
Out of respect for my friend, I will forestall the release of this information and seek another avenue to help liberate the people of Arcadia. I'll remain here for a while longer to cover our tracks. The Protectorate will discover the break-in, but hopefully never learn more specifics of what we did and found.
Guess this is goodbye.
Only for now. If we both come out of this war intact, I'll find you. If you wish to be found, of course.
I want to talk it over with the commander, but Yeah, maybe we can work something out.
In spite of substantial efforts to prolong his life.
Zebulon just sent word of your success in reaching the vault.
Don't even know where to start with everything that happened in there. At least we were able to talk Zeb out of his plan to release everything we uncovered. I'm all for sowing chaos in the Protectorate, but that kind of information is liable to do more harm than good in the wrong hands. I understand his desperation. What I don't understand is the Earth Directorate's part in Arcadia's existence. ever agreeing to such a cruel bargain in the first place. I expect backroom dealing from unregulated corporations, not from the only agency keeping them in check. The Earth Directorate should be better than that. Permission to speak candid, Commander. Strange as it sounds, this whole experience with Zeb has helped me finally understand the position Augustine was in. Back at Horizon Point, ain't easy having to decide between your allies and protecting untold innocence. It's the damnedest thing. In spite of everything, I find myself relieved we spared her. Augustine still owes a debt to us, and the rest of the galaxy. Maybe she pays it all someday, and maybe she doesn't. Either way, you were right to give her the chance. That's some shoddy translation software you've got in your head. Reckon time will decide the heroes from villains in this tale, but it's gonna be hard to forgive the Earth Directorate for arranging the stage like this in the first place. Deep down, I'm still convinced the galaxy is better with the Earth Directorate in it, flawed as it is. But what happened with Arcadia can never be allowed to happen again. Something has to change within the Directorate, and I think we're best positioned to see that reformation through. All said, I appreciate you giving me the space to work through this. Sort of feels like the future's opening back up after a long time closed. Likewise, Commander.
Still tight. Ready to waste them on your command.
Fortifying team.
was that? Reconnoiter.
Sequencing attack strategy.
Life form detected.
Continuing.
Let me know when you need it.
Dispensing. Maintaining your
Stamina.
confronting threat. Providing a host.
Ready to waste it. Hit the bomb side of a flare.
Maintaining.
Preserving medicine.
Providing a host.
Things take time, Commander.
Engaging combat protocols.
Give the order, and I'll take care of him, Commander. Over here! Revolver in the head. Combat. Sorry, ain't ready yet. Every hole in the head! needed a stretch. Broadside of a freighter. Hey, got a distraction for you.
Dispensing life potions. Notifying teammates of
Take the heat off you, Commander. Just stay with. You about could hit the broadside of a freighter. Come at me. Things take time, Commander.
N-rays discerned.
Trigger finger's still tired.
Maintaining your balance.
Society demands perfection. Perfection is impossible in the minds of the symmetry.
Using attack strategies.
On your command. What in the where now?
That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
Nay.
No target.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia,
Sequencing attack strategies.
Got some bad company.
Protocols ready.
prosperity!
Stymies untoward inclinations and refashions the mind. It's king of symmetry. Our enemies envy our prosperity. Come in, come right in, and be refreshed.
At all times, the paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment.
Are you ready to realign with the paradigm? To shed all manner of imperfect thoughts? All it takes is some light instruction, a restorative cocktail, and a quick dip into the lathe of particularity to abrade your imperfections. I'm Head Refresher Gould, and I guarantee when you exit our doors, you'll be a member of perfect society again. Soon you'll say, goodbye, imperfect thoughts. Hello, contentment.
Be advised, you have inhaled aerosolized chemicals with possible...
Greetings, subject. Or should I say refreshed to be. Welcome to the Wellnetarium. You're not on my schedule. A walk-in then. Wonderful. Once you're properly evaluated, we'll have you well on your way to refreshment.
This protectorate subject appears to be cognitively altered. It may be best to limit aggression and feign friendliness.
Oh, you appear to have questions. A telltale sign of needing refreshment.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, Placid Waters...
Why, of course. Naturally. It is the duty of every subject to submit for a quick mental tune-up whenever we experience imperfect thoughts or lack a little zeal.
Responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Simply step over to my automechanical colleague to my left, / your right, and it will begin your assessment.
Zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
Notions are a gateway to mayhem, bedlam, turmoil, and vexation.
At all times, the paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
Greetings, subject unscheduled. Welcome to Placid Waters Wellnetarium. Evaluation commencing. Subjects are required to respond 100% accurately to all queries. Bespoke prescribed regimens may produce untoward ramifications if baseline data is greater than minutely erroneous. Query 1. Concisely characterize your personal perspective. Incorrect. The accepted answer is, I fulfill my duty to the Sovereign as a loyal protectorate subject by operating at peak efficacy, without error, perpetually, each a vital cog. Query 2. Rate your present level of zealous efficaciousness on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being the highest, 3 being a traitor, 1 being dead.
Prudence dictates we reject individualism in all its many...
Incorrect. The degree of zealous efficaciousness expected of a dutiful and true subject of the Protectorate is beyond measure. Query 3. Do you ever fall prey to imperfect thoughts, including, but not limited to, doubt, disbelief, uncertainty, curiosity, recalcitrance, and mischief? Unacceptable. A perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible. when the mind is a thing of symmetry. Final query. How would your neighbors describe you? Unsatisfactory response. The appropriate reply was, they never questioned, never doubted. Their zeal never lagged. Formulating conclusion. Phrenometric matrix delineated. Subject evaluation score total, 200 out of 200. The acceptable amount for a true and dutiful protectorate subject is 0. In conclusion, you are in dire need of mental refreshment. Now, proceed to the nearby pneumatic tube to collect your complimentary unitard and lift pass. Next, proceed one floor down, where you will be directed further. Your realignment with the paradigm begins now.
To deliberate is to court ruin.
Your realignment with the paradigm begins now. Your realignment with the paradigm begins
You'll
now.
feel ever so much better once your phrenometric peaks have been abraded.
To deliberate
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment
Start
process.
picturing Zeb going through this
That's why
exact
we
process.
are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Greetings, new person. You have a look of query about you. I have answers to questions and no questions to answer.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
Medicament dispensement has concluded for today.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, Placid Waters Wellnetarium. On Praetor is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould.
Settle down, everyone. Lecture's playing. Prepare to be edified.
Vic, we'll touch on what program is so very important. Ignorant, misguided outsiders may wonder, why does the Protectorate need a mental refreshment? Doesn't it inhibit personal...
The kitchen pantry is presently off limits due to anomalous structural tampering.
Sad fact that all human beings require direction. As my good friend the Consul would say, at its base, humanity unguided is cravenly, inept, and slothful. We of the Protectorate are not, because we do not allow ourselves to be. The paradigm
Greeting unscheduled walk-ins. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, how mentally refreshed are you feeling today? Response, zeal, noted. With hope, our highly trained refreshment facilitators will share your promising self-diagnosis. Medicament dispensement has concluded for the day. Response, medicaments are stored in medicament storage, the office in which this unit presently operates. Yet, it is strictly off-limits to all non-refreshment facilitator personnel. Farewell statement. May refreshment soon render you free from doubt. A vital cog once more. Greeting, unscheduled walk-in.
Aw, a new face. Well, I'd welcome you to the Wellnetarium, but the designated subject greeter ought to have attended to that by now. Admitting you question is the first step in your recovery, but worry not. Soon enough, with our help and a little work, you'll never question again. You've missed the daily medicament dispensement, if that's what you mean. But you should take that up with the medicament dispensement automech directly. The medicament dispensement automech auto-mechanically dispenses medicaments. 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 I see you found the lecture as edifying as all the others here. Good, good. Collective cognitive compliance is a key part of the prescribed curative regimen. Head Refresher Gold provides us with daily lectures in audio cartridge form to steer group thinking. As they say, to think together is to together thrive. Upstairs in the audiovisual aids office, of course, though that area is off limits to all subjects not a part of facility staff or security. How very interesting. Here, take my pass then. It grants access to all mid-privilege priority areas. You'll feel ever so much better once you're phrenemetric.
That could have gone worse.
Curiosity, interest, and concern not detected. Conclusion. The mental refreshment process appears to severely limit cognitive functions.
It is the duty of every protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
Cycles on new activation.
On your toe. Hostiles named. Let me know when you needed a stretch.
Confronting threat.
I'll take care of him, Commander.
Emergency protocol syringes prime.
privileged access somehow. Our superiors must have arranged it.
Refreshing than ever.
Say, what's that sound? Why does the wall look so soft all of
Oh, do I detect a whiff of reprioritin gas? You know, I suddenly feel a mite more pliable somehow. I thought no one was due for peak abradement for hours. I should have your chart. Wait. You're not a protectorate subject at all. You have the telltale look of wonder and
Frequent exposure to reprioritin gas may result in increases in tolerance and gullibility.
Well, this is normally where you'd say something. My, can't believe I'm falling for that, as it may be the most unconvincing display of fealty I've ever seen. Oh dear, I seem to be a little unstable at the moment. But never fear, I have intellect to spare. Don't believe me? I can prove it. Even in a state such as this, I am more than able to apply my argumentative skills against the inferior minds and bankrupt philosophies of our... To what end are you here? Tell me truly. Speak plainly. You know, I'm beginning to have an inkling about your purpose here. A proposal. Adequately debate me on the merits and failings of each group's ideology, and I'll provide you what you're here for. Oh, do play along now. It's so rare I meet anyone of even mild intellectual capability. That does describe you, doesn't it? There's a good sport. Do try to keep up. So, what of the Order? Our former allies? Those cursed overthinkers, doomed to lives free of luxury, toiling away in ceaseless cogitation. What say you of them? A clear example of a life to avoid, yes? That's what happens when you get big. What say you about Auntie's choice, then? Tell me, is there any value in the vapid emptiness of those corporate consumerists? Their manipulations are crude, if not efficacious. The sugar-filled rubbish they consider food sounds truly disgusting. But to what end? For only the shallowest of goals, making bits. We, on the other hand, have... In the Protectorate, we have the best of everything. food, technology, a sense of belonging, freedom from doubt, worry, hard work. No, the others simply cannot compare. Not word for word, no. I do take certain liberties with the Sovereign's Handbook, a beacon to the cosmos, to inhabit the spirit of the work and give it a dramatic, scientific air. I understand you meant that as an insult, but I refuse to be baited by those either jealous or ignorant of our ways. No, I haven't. And that seems a rather facile argument to make about a society that utilizes automechs to handle daily chores and labor. A low-hanging fruit, as it were. Well, admit I assumed this conversation would be more engaging. Did you have any final points you'd like to make? As a, last chance to distinguish yourself? That was the final point you wanted to make? Rather a null effort, I'd say. All right, fair enough. In that little battle of wits, one of us proved severely outmatched, and I'm not sure you're completely aware of. I am deeply disappointed by your lack of intellectual prowess, though ultimately I'm not wholly surprised. Suppose that leaves one last thing.
Envy our prosperity. They disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
It is the duty of every protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
Thinking has made anybody happy.
Got troublemaker.
Huh? Reprobates!
Don't hurt him, please.
than ever.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their side work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not a good idea. It's the law.
It is the duty of every protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why...
Although you have been authorized by the Earth Directorate to take any necessary means to save Arcadia, your execution of the Sovereign will involve additional paperwork.
Cognitive compliance is a key part of the process. Think only...
Same suspect. Another.
Providing a host of... Promoting
Perfect society. When we comply together, we thrive together. The paradigm requires it.